Boruto leaving the village is something that I feel like is going to happen ever since Boruto received his karma seal. Having a threat in Momoshiki living inside of Boruto's body posed a threat to Boruto's loved ones such as friends and family. And while Boruto has come out on top in terms of the resurrection issue, since Momoshiki cannot resurrect anymore, the biggest problem still remains with the fact that Momoshiki can take over Boruto's body at any time. Boruto chapter 72 reminded us that Momoshiki is still a very huge problem, as he told Boruto that one day he will take over Boruto's body for good. This is dangerous, as when the day does happen, nobody in the village would have the power to stop Momoshiki besides Kawaki, and even then, Boruto will never be able to separate himself from Momoshiki, even though the resurrection dilemma has been removed. There is no answer or medication that Amato can bring to Boruto in order to stop Momoshiki from ever coming back out. Boruto now doesn't even need to take the pills that Amato gave him anymore, as the Otsutsukification has reached 100%, and right now the only way for Boruto to stop Momoshiki is to not put himself into danger. That's why I think Boruto will leave the Hidden Leaf Village very soon, as in Boruto chapter 72, Boruto did promise to his mom that he will come back home from his upcoming mission. Hinata was in tears worrying that day that her son will never return home from a mission, and while Boruto tried to assure his mom that he will come back home from his mission no matter what, I just think that these are empty words and a promise that will never be fulfilled. After Momoshiki heard this conversation, he tells Boruto that he's irresponsible for making such an empty promise and that he will live the rest of his life in despair. I did mention in my previous video that Momoshiki will destroy Boruto's life when he does take over Boruto's body, and when that happens, Boruto will be pushed to a point where he will not want to live anymore, making bro basically suicidal. And we don't know what exactly will push Boruto to this breaking point, but I definitely do think it will be a mix between Momoshiki and Code that will make Boruto feel this way in the future. Code does have a 10 tails humanoid army with them and can instantly pull up to the village at any time to attack, and Momoshiki can take over Boruto's body at any time, and besides Kawaki, no one really has the power to stop Momoshiki rampaging in the village. Momoshiki did remind Boruto that the day that he will lose everything is rapidly approaching, and this is most likely when Code attacks the village. Now when he does attack, assuming in the next couple of days Code does bring his 10 tails army, while Amato, Ada, and Damon will take 3 to 4 days just to get to Konoha, Boruto will definitely be in the front lines to defend the village. Now that Boruto is 100% Otsutsuki, he's going to be even stronger than what he was before, now that he's able to draw all of the Otsutsuki power inside of his DNA. Naruto will probably tell Boruto to not be in the front lines and fight, since that is his son, but Sasuke most likely will tell Naruto that they will definitely need Boruto in order to fight Code's army. This is similar to what happened when Ishiki first invaded Konoha, where Naruto told Boruto to stay put, and Sasuke brought Boruto alongside them to help fight Ishiki. If it wasn't for Boruto, Ishiki would have destroyed the village, as no one would be able to stop him in a one-on-one fight, and Naruto and Sasuke wouldn't be able to go all out, since they don't want to destroy the village from the side effects of the battle. I do imagine that this is going to be similar to this Code invasion into Konoha. Boruto will be put on the front lines defending the village, since he is one of the strongest in the Leaf Village right now, and he will definitely play a huge role in protecting the Leaf. But at the same time, the one risk of putting Boruto in immediate danger is the fact that Momoshiki can take over and cause a lot of chaos. The one mistake about Sasuke bringing Boruto to help fight Ishiki is that after helping defeat Ishiki, Momoshiki awakened and stabbed Sasuke's Rinnegan, which depowered one of Konoha's strongest ninjas. While Boruto is going to help aid protection to the village, Momoshiki will come out, especially when fighting an unlimited Code. I've mentioned this many times before, but I just don't think anyone in the village has the power to fight Code now that he has his limiters removed. While Damon and Ada are stronger than Code, the cyborg siblings are days away from the village. I just don't think Boruto or Kawaki is strong enough to fight an unlimited Code, and even if they were to team up and fight Code, I still think Code would come out on top. Code is stronger than Jigen at full power, and Boruto and Kawaki aren't at the level of Jigen to begin with. Code most likely will give Boruto a beatdown, and when that does happen, Momoshiki will appear, since he promises that he will never let his precious vessel die ever again. And if I'm being honest here, Momoshiki and Code may not actually fight each other, but with each other. When Naruto did appear in the battlefield in chapter 65 to back up Kawaki and Boruto, Momoshiki did make a deal with Code, telling him that they should team up to take down the Hokage, which even Code agreed to. This doesn't mean that Sage Mode Naruto is stronger than either of them, but just that Code and Momoshiki's goals align with each other, which is of course to kill Naruto. Just like with Code, Momoshiki seems to have a hit list of his own, starting with Naruto, whom he describes as a nuisance to his cause. Momoshiki does thrive in destruction and chaos, so when the chance that Momoshiki awakens in this invasion, I do imagine bro's gonna pull an Itachi, but just for the fun of it. And once Boruto realizes this, he will have no choice but to leave the village, making him a rogue ninja. Even though it isn't Boruto's fault, I do imagine the villagers will resent Boruto for Momoshiki's actions, but the fact that Konoha is keeping Boruto's karma problem under wraps. The only people that do know about Boruto's dilemma right now is the higher ups of the Leaf Village and the 5 Kage. Since they are keeping it under wraps from the common people in the village, whenever Borushiki does rampage in the villagers will think that Boruto will be the one to destroy the village, even though it isn't him doing it. Alongside with the fact that Code is there, they would think that Boruto is the one aiding Code in order to destroy and kill everybody, but as a matter of fact, it would be Momoshiki. And what's even crazier is the fact that Boruto is somewhat of a celebrity right now in the Hidden Leaf Village. Ever since he did teleport Ishiki outside the Hidden Leaf Village using his karma seal, he's being praised like a hero, just like how Naruto was praised as a hero after the Pain arc. He's getting TV interviews, he's getting paparazzi, he's getting all the bad bitches. Boruto is beloved inside the Leaf Village, and if Momoshiki were to attack, especially when taking over Boruto's body, unfortunately the villagers will pin this on Boruto and not Momoshiki, as even though Momoshiki would be the one doing it, they wouldn't know that it's Momoshiki to begin with, since they don't even have knowledge on Boruto's dilemma. Only a few people in the higher ups and Team 7 of course. Turmoil will arise among villagers who survive Code and Momoshiki's onslaught, and Naruto will have no choice but to deem Boruto as a threat to society. The promise that Boruto made to his mom will not be fulfilled in the end, and I think it's been even more foreshadowed than we had thought. In chapter 61, we saw Naruto and Hinata watch a TV show, and on the screen, a dialogue is happening between two characters where it says, "But why? Why do you have to go?" Where another character replies with, "It gotta be me, I'm sorry." I think this is what's going to happen with Boruto here. He realizes that he has caused some sort of irreversible damage to the village and its people, and has no choice but to leave the Leaf Village. He gives a farewell to someone that's close to Boruto, and I think that's going to be Sarada, as they have had a very close relationship within the series and are each other's first friend. Some romance will definitely be sprinkled in here, as that's classic Kishimoto when it comes to emotional and farewell moments. So yeah, Boruto will leave the village post-war arc, as I would call it. He wouldn't leave the village just because he doesn't want to live there, but he will leave the village to protect the people there. We don't know what exactly Momoshiki and Code will do when it comes to destroying the village, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see the both of them kill a lot of people, and maybe kill some prominent characters such as Shikamaru, Sasuke, or even, God forbid, Naruto. Kishimoto did give Kodachi the green light to kill any character from the old gen when Kodachi was writing the series, and now that Kishimoto's writing the series, I don't think this mindset has changed anytime soon. If Kurama can die, anyone in the old gen and just anyone in the series can die as well. Boruto's reputation as a person in the village will be destroyed, as Momoshiki will frame Boruto's entire identity, which will force him to leave Konoha just to protect his people. And not only that, Momoshiki did tell Boruto in chapter 72 that once Boruto has reached this level of depression and reached this low, he would not want to live in the same world as others. And I do think Boruto will take this dialogue literally, as we do know that Boruto has the ability to use space-time ninjutsu with his karma seal. When he did teleport Ishiki using his karma seal back in Boruto chapter 49, he did teleport him to another dimension where we did see an open plain with some waterfalls and some trees, basically a nice empty area in another dimension. I definitely do think if Momoshiki were to rampage, especially in the Leaf Village, Boruto will not only leave the village, but will leave the world. He will chill in that dimension to stop Momoshiki, since he really doesn't have an answer to stop Momo. The only way to make sure Momoshiki does not awaken and take over and just kill everybody is for Boruto to not fight at all. And of course, now that we know that Boruto is 100% Otsutsuki and is basically one of the strongest people in the village, if not the strongest besides Kawaki, there's no point in just keeping him on the sidelines. He has to fight, and the risk of Boruto fighting on the front lines, and especially when it comes to fighting a powerhouse like Code, Boruto poses a risk when it comes to Momoshiki coming out. And even if Boruto were to leave the village, what if Momoshiki does awaken again? What if it's outside the village and near other villages such as the Sand Village, the Stone, the Cloud, and the Mist? What are they gonna do? I did mention that Kawaki is the only one that is going to be able to fight Momoshiki, as it does seem like they are relative to each other when they last fought in Boruto chapter 66. But outside of Kawaki, the other villages don't have a Kawaki to themselves. They don't have a fighter that is on the level of Kawaki, of course. So with that being said, I think Borushiki, even if Boruto were to leave the village, he poses a threat to other villages. What if Boruto goes to another village and Momoshiki decides to take over? He would kill even more people, which would paint Boruto as a villain. Even though Boruto isn't intended to be like that, he doesn't have any inherent evil inside of him, he doesn't have any will to kill anybody, it's more or less Momoshiki. Momoshiki will theoretically frame Boruto to be this quote-unquote villain. I definitely have a feeling that Momoshiki will at least awaken again once Code invades the Leaf Village with his Ten Tails army. I did mention in the past that I definitely have a feeling that Code will attack in the next couple of chapters, since he has the ability to teleport right away with his claw marks. And the fact that Ada, Damon, and Amato are taking 3 to 4 days just to get to the Leaf Village, the time to attack is now, and this will risk Boruto to have Momoshiki come out and attack the village as well, alongside with Code. So let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below. How do you feel about this theory? Do you think Boruto will go rogue? Do you think Momoshiki will frame frame Boruto as a villain, it will turn Boruto as the quote-unquote bad guy, even though Boruto isn't intending to be a villain to begin with. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below. So if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell as well, and have a good day. Peace.